What's going on, everybody? It's Commander RestlessCorpse. Welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Now, I've always kind of wondered if I left this just going, right? Pointed directly at the next system. And I know it says 5.9 days, but that's not necessarily accurate because you're always gaining speed. I wonder if, like, I left it and went to work or something, or went to sleep. If when I came back, I could actually get to that other system without hyperdrive. I mean, I'm not going to try it because that's dumb. Anything can happen. I could run into something, you know, while I'm not here to swerve out of the way or something like that. But I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, I know you can drop out of Super Cruise and fly to a planet way out from it, and it just takes forever. I don't think you can do that with stations, though. It seems like, oh, maybe you can. I don't know. As long as you're not in Super Cruise. If you're in Super Cruise, you just go right through it, technically. But whatever. So I have a course plotted. It's going to be 9 jumps. It's going to be to the next neutron star. I did do like a 500 light year off-camera jump while I was watching some YouTube videos because, you know, I got to get my daily watches in of my, you know, the people I'm subscribed to and stuff like that. And sometimes it takes a while. Like, I've been up, I don't know, it's 8 right now, and I've been up since like 11. But you know, I just get like that. Like today, I was planning on recording all day, this and various other games, and I just never got around to it. But now I'm recording, and we're here, and that was weird. It looked like I was going sideways for a second. But yeah, we're gonna get. Remember, we're on our way to the core now, sort of, like in a roundabout way. There's a little cloud that I want to get to check it out because it looks like it's densely packed with the stars that you can see on the galaxy map. But from there, we're going into the core. Now, it's been literally hours, or it had been literally hours since I found a system that anybody has even touched. And then, of course, when I got close to the neutron star, it had already been snagged. So I'm kind of wondering, because this is one system out from that neutron star, and it's not discovered. So I'm wondering if people just literally just jump straight to neutron stars without scanning anything and just scan those. I mean, maybe that's the way to make money. Who knows? But I wasn't even paying attention when I opened the map because I was talking to you guys. But it looks like the only thing that's worth scanning is a little bit far away, and I'm kind of just focused on getting to the destination, to be honest. So unless there's anything crazy, like I still have not found a single Earth-like planet. And I know relatively what they look like. I know that you can mouse over them and hear birds chirping and stuff if you listen to them long enough. So I've been doing that, but all I ever find are metal-rich and high metal content planets that look like Earth planets. They look like they have clouds and stuff, but it's never them. Anyway, let's move on. Well, there's nothing really all that special in this system, but I am going to knock out all these gas giants because they're not technically all that far away considering how far away you can scan them from. So I'm going to start with this guy and kind of, I guess, maybe this one. This looks like it might be a gas giant. I can't tell. I don't think that's a gas giant. We're going to start with this one and move down the line and then get moving. But I did want to talk about streaming again. I think that I'm going to try and start streaming this game maybe Sunday night. Sunday night is a raid night for Final Fantasy XIV, so it'll be late. And I live in Central Time because I'm in Milwaukee. So it'll probably be, depending on, you know, how fast we can wrap stuff up. I mean, I'm not going to give a definitive time, but I'm going to try and start around 11 p.m. or so. Because I'm always off Mondays and Tuesdays, so I generally stay up pretty late on Sundays. So I think I'm going to start streaming on Sunday, maybe make it a weekly thing. I'm not sure. I know that a lot of people that play this game are in the UK, and I'm not real sure. I think that's like super early in the morning for you guys, like 5 in the morning, something like that. And if so, maybe I can figure out some other time to do it, maybe during the... Oh, pay attention. Maybe during the day on a Monday for me. It might be like early evening for you guys. Who knows? But again, I'm gonna have to work on some stuff because I haven't really streamed seriously in a really long time. Are you gonna slow down, sir? Like, seriously. I haven't really streamed seriously in a while, so, you know, I'd have to update overlays and things like that. I really wish that I hadn't gotten so damn close to this planet, because now it's going to slow me down when I want to fly off to the next one. But I think it'd be cool. I mean, I'm not expecting a giant turnout, because again, this is a small channel, and only a fraction of my subscribers really watch or would be interested in me streaming, I think. But I think it'd be a cool experience. I mean, I like streaming. I've had a few sessions back in the day that were pretty popular. But we'll see. I mean, I might just keep it this way, because remember, it's gonna create gaps in this journey for you guys, for the ones that only watch on YouTube. We'll figure something out. All right, we're scanning up this last planet in this system, and we're gonna move on. When I get to the target of this particular leg of the journey, then we'll pop into the galaxy map, obviously to plot a new course, and I'll show you guys how far we've come since yesterday's video. Also, it's been a while since I've checked how close or how far away I am from home, so we'll do that as well, because I'm kind of curious. Remember, I think the last time we looked, we were like 5,596 light years away or something like that. And that's pretty cool to be. I know that a lot of explorers, I've seen pictures of people like 50,000 light years out and stuff like that. I'm kind of curious how far we can actually get before it gets to the point where each star system is too far to jump to. Because remember, I did not account for weight when I was making this exploration build, so my jump range isn't as long as it could be, and that's cool with me. I think when we get into the core, I'm going to go ahead and set it to economical, so that I can hit a whole bunch of systems in there as well. I haven't done that yet, except for when we were in the Catspaw Nebula, because, and I've said this before, out this far out, it's not really all that, like, the interesting stuff is kind of few and far between. So I don't want to waste a lot of time. I've already scanned. I always hold the damn Discovery scanner down way longer than I need to for some reason. Let's see, this is all star, so we're just going to keep on after I scan this one, unless these are really close. They're close enough, I think. We'll see. See how close this guy is. If I can scan him from here, that'd be awesome. I cannot. So I'm going to give it a few seconds here to get a little closer. If I have to get within like 1,000 light seconds or something, I'm just going to pop out of here, because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time in a system that's only got stars in it. You know, as soon as I get out of the damn gravitational field of this star and start speeding up. Alright, well, that's going to do it for that. Let's get out of here. You know, I haven't actually seen like a black hole since we left the constellation a while back, which I'm not really all that convinced it's a constellation now that I think about it. It might just be a cluster. Well, I don't know. A cluster of bright stars kind of is a constellation, so maybe it is. Who knows? But I still have not been able to, based on, I guess, the angle that I saw, I have not been able to place what that constellation is. Nobody has piped up in the comments or anything like that, so maybe it isn't one. But I haven't seen a black hole in a long time, and I'm kind of curious as to why. Like, I think I might be, like, based on the way the game set up the galaxy, maybe areas out here didn't really have a priority for, you know, high value content like that, so maybe there aren't any out here. I don't know how the Star Forge or whatever the hell they call it works. But let's check the system map. Looks like we got a whole bunch of... Okay, alright. We're going to check these. We're going to listen to them for a bit. Okay, that sound is a metal. But what about this one? That's the same sound. What about this guy? Nothing. All right. And these are going to be Earth-likes because they have no atmosphere. These are rocks. So I'm going to, let's see, these are pretty far away considering they're small planets. I'm going to go ahead and leave this system the way it is. I put my mark on it. People will know that I've been here. We're only 2 jumps away from the neutron star, which up till now in this leg of the journey, every system has been untouched by anyone else. So I'm betting you guys that because we're 2 jumps away, this next system will have been discovered by someone, and then the neutron star itself will have been discovered as well. That's my bet. Let's see if I'm right. All right, there's only 2 things in here. It's a star. Okay, so nobody's discovered these. But I am 1 jump away from, and I'm not even going to hit that T-Tari because it's not worth a whole lot and it's too far away. I'm 1 jump away from the neutron star, and like I said, none of the systems between when I started this video, well, actually I was halfway through the leg when I started the video. So when I started this leg and till now have been discovered by anyone but me. Now we're jumping into this neutron star, and I can almost guarantee you it has already been discovered. And then none of the systems around it are going to have been discovered. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Here we go. It's kind of a shame. Like, I think that I would have to go way out of my way to find an undiscovered neutron star. Again, I think people just jump directly to them. Like the plot course from neutron star to neutron star, black hole to neutron star, or whatever. And don't scan anything. Just get there as fast as possible. I think that's what people do. They'll use a discovery scanner, so they still get that credit. But I don't know. All right, let's check it out. As soon as I start scanning the star, I will check the system map and see. Yep, Warky. Okay, I don't think I'm ever going to find a neutron star that is undiscovered, to be honest. Let's see how far the other ones are. Oh, they're way too far. All right, so let's turn away from the neutron star like usual so I don't drift into it. And we'll see. All right, so I am about 1/3 of the way to this little clouded area that I'm going to. But let's see how far away we are from home. We're 7,122, almost 7,123 light years away from home. And it's good to see that it is still controlled because it's been, I think, 2 weeks now that I've done any power play or even paid attention to it, which is kind of a shame. I'm going to leave this A-type on here. Why not? A-types are cool. It's kind of a shame because check it out. I've dropped down to rating 2 from almost rating 4. And I only have 83 merits, which means by next week, or in a couple, no, it just switched over yesterday. So by next week, I will be back down to rating 1, and I will be rating 1 until I get home. But it doesn't even show up anymore. Oh, wait, no. I have 1,050,000 credits in vouchers from like the power play salary waiting for me back at home. So, I mean, that's good. At least I'll make, 1 million creds as soon as I get back with no problem. Tacked on to all this exploration data. So let's go ahead and plot our next course. We're going straight that way. And we're looking for neutron stars. Neutron stars are like our waypoints. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the A's. Actually, I want to kind of look at some of these and see if there's any black holes. Because the color that I think it's gray. When the grays show up like this one, it could be a neutron star or a black hole, but all I ever see are neutron stars. Actually, while we're here, why don't we see if there's... Okay, so this is the closest one. Although it could go down there, but that's out of the way. So this is the closest one in our path. And I want to check out what that is. So let's look at that. It is an O. I think that most of these are O's. But it's got an O and a B. Is there anything cool around it? No, and I can actually plot that as a course. So why don't we do that, actually, instead of looking for a neutron star? I'm going to go ahead and plot that, but then I'm going to go back to where we are and see, like, along the path if there are any neutron stars. And at least I have the path here to make sure I don't get off track. What about you? Neutron star and an M. And then there's one that's really close to my path. There's another neutron star and an M. There's one down here. Yeah, why don't we do that? I'll hit this one. And then from here, I can just then hit that other one that we found. This one right up here. Because it looks like it's only a jump away. To be honest though, guys, I don't think that I'm going to get all the way there in this video. But who knows? Let's see how many jumps it is. Yeah, it's 21 jumps. I doubt that I'm going to get all the way to this video. But we might find something cool along the way. Let's check it out. So for those of you that might be wondering, because I have had one or two of you ask, just a little bit about me, I guess. I am 35 years old, and I've been playing games as long as I can remember. I remember the first thing that I ever played was an Atari. I don't remember if it was a 2600 or whatever the hell. I think that's the popular one. But it was a really long time ago. But I played it with my cousins. I lived with my cousins when I was really young. I had 3 cousins. 2 of them have actually died. But we're not going to get into that. But back then, they were all around my age. I think like a year older or something. 2 of them were twins. And we, used to just play games all the time. Or we played the dumbest things. I think that the very first game that I ever played was actually tennis on the Atari. And it was basically just a glorified Pong with a line in the middle that you just, hit the little dot back and forth. And we had so much fun with that game. It was ridiculous. There were games like, I forget what the game was called, but you start like in a jail cell in the middle and it's a maze and there's like guards walking around. You gotta kill them to escape. I don't remember what the hell the game was called, but I had a lot of fun with that one too. And we graduated to the NES, and I remember the first game that I ever bought with like my own money after pooling up an allowance was Metroid, and I absolutely loved that game so much. And Super Metroid's still one of my favorite games of all time. But I mean, I've been playing games for forever. We played games so many times that we actually learned that in Duck Hunt, the second, like if you have the light gun plugged in and you have a second controller plugged in, the second player can actually control the dog. So we thought that was funny. So I remember we used to set like a table leg on the D-pad, left on the D-pad, to make the bird go up into the upper left corner and see how far we can get, because interestingly enough, the higher in levels you get in Duck Hunt, the faster the bird moves and the less time it's on screen. So we get up to the point where we had like a split second to shoot the bird before it was gone, and that was pretty fun. We played that's actually when I played my first RPG as well, which was Final Fantasy. I seem to remember Final Fantasy coming out in 1989, but when I played it again a few years later, looking at the date, it said 1990, which is interesting because I was already not living with my cousins anymore by 1990, so that was kind of crazy. I don't really understand that. I think there might have been like a re-release or something, but it's funny because with that game and with Castlevania 2, which was my favorite Castlevania for a long time, I know that one gets a lot of hate because it deviates from the formula that the previous Castlevanias had, and a lot of people think it's boring. I absolutely loved it. But we had this thing where when we rented a game, since there were 4 of us, we would do a play until you die and then pass the controller. Well, with games like Castlevania 2 and to an even greater extent Final Fantasy, when we rented Final Fantasy, I was the first one to play, and they would get so upset at me because it's an RPG and it takes forever to do anything or die or whatever. And they got to the point where they would not get role-playing games anymore, and that really bummed me out because role-playing games are actually my preferred genre. I absolutely love role-playing games. I've played thousands of role-playing games in my time, Final Fantasy being obviously my favorite series. And to be honest, and I know this is going to make a lot of people upset, but I don't like Final Fantasy 7. Just throwing that right out there. A lot of people, and don't get me started on the debate. Maybe I could spend an entire episode talking about why I don't like Final Fantasy 7 and why earlier and even some after were way better. But I'm not going to get into it. But my favorite Final Fantasy is, like, my top 3 are 6, 4, and 12. And 12 got a lot of heat too, because, and this is not counting the MMOs, because it's a different type. Like, you spend more time on them. But 12 got a lot of kind of shit, I guess, because it again drastically deviated from the formula. But what's funny is the very first game that I ever recorded for YouTube, which was on my first channel, which is called Virtual Bromance, that we shut down a long time ago because the quality was terrible, and I was still learning, all the tricks and whatnot for getting good recordings and good audio, especially the audio. The audio was absolutely horrible. We were using headset mics and whatnot. The first game that I ever recorded for YouTube, we started with Alien Colonial Marines, which was stupid because the game is terrible. But we wanted it to be good so bad because John and I, John was like my partner in the Virtual Bromance channel. We wanted it to be so good, so bad, because we're giant Alien fanboys. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Let's take a look at these. Okay, that's metal. What about this one? I don't think it is. I think it's just a metal because of that. But we'll see. That might just be a world. I'm going to swing over to this one and check it out and see. But yeah, so Aliens Colonial Marines was my first YouTube. And we finished the game on the hardest difficulty, which was Ultimate Badass, I think, something like that. And it was just, I don't know. Like, I couldn't even finish uploading this. Oh, snap. Stop it. Get away from the sun. Okay, we're good. We're good. I didn't even end up finishing uploading the series because nobody liked the game. It wasn't getting any views. And we were trying to give it a chance, so we weren't making fun of it. We weren't doing funny stuff in it. We were just playing the game, and it ended up being just terrible. But I know that I've already talked about how I started this channel, so I'm not going to get into that. But I'm glad I did, and I'm having a lot of fun. And you guys seem to be having fun. I really did appreciate the comments you left on yesterday's video about why you enjoy watching my channel. You know what I'd really like, though, is if I met some other, some of the bigger Elite YouTubers. I haven't watched a lot of Elite videos, and I should, because I love the game and I play it pretty damn regularly. But it seems to me that a lot of the Elite YouTubers are doing, like, tutorials, or the bigger ones anyway, are doing tutorials or, like, PvP stuff, and I'm not really getting into the tutorial stuff because while I have learned a lot in the small time that I've played Elite, because I've, watched tutorials and read tutorials and spent a lot of time on the subreddit, I don't think that I could add anything that hasn't already been said by those guys. So that's why I haven't really planned on making any tutorials. I guess I could, from a noob's perspective, do like a noob's tutorial for other noobs, I guess. I mean, I don't think that would be too bad. But the PvP stuff, I have a lot to learn. And I know, I think I said this in a previous video, like, if I were to jump into PvP now, I'd be outclassed because all of my combat experience has been against NPCs. And if there's anything that I've learned from like online FPS or, you know, online strategy games or just even MMO PvP stuff. Oh, it's a water world. So I figured it was a world. Okay. Is that PvP is largely like, it's almost like a separate game in these types of games where the tactics you use for PvE are nowhere near good enough for PvP. And that is obviously to be expected. I mean, AI will never be as good as like human innovation and whatnot. So before I start doing PvP videos, I would want to get a little bit of practice in. And somebody mentioned doing the CQC stuff. I thought about that, and I was gonna like kind of break up some of this exploration with some PvP or some CQC stuff. But I hear that it's really hard to find a game. Like, not a lot of people are doing it, and that could, I don't think I can scoop from this. That's a shame. Let's get away from it. That's probably the case. Who knows? But I might still try it because I have been planning on it, and it's a good way to practice PvP without worrying about losing all my money. But you also have to, like, I went into the menu and I kind of went up to the point where I would jump into matchmaking, but I didn't. And it looks like you have to start with a shitty Sidewinder. That's a T-Tari. There's a lot of gas giants. I think I'm going to knock all these out while we're here. And this guy, if it's not too far away. Let's see how far away it is. It's not that far away. But yeah, so I might do a CQC video. Everyone said, this is a T-Tari too? What the hell? Whatever. I might do a PvP video, like the CQC stuff at some point. Maybe pretty soon. Just to kind of break the monotony of flying around and scanning planets. But who knows? I don't know. But I am all out of time for this video. So I'm going to leave you guys here while I do all this stuff. And once again, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos of Elite Dangerous or any of the other videos that I've done, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. I am planning another series. I know that a lot of you have subscribed for the Elite stuff. And I don't blame you if you don't want to watch anything else. But there are other games that I like to record and play. I don't want to get like... I don't want to get typecast and stuck as the guy who only does Elite videos, you know? I'm going to keep doing them, obviously. And at the moment, it's my main series. But there are other things that I do. In any case, remember, I'm Commander RestlessCorpse. Oh, look at that. Water-based life. Excellent. I'm a Commander RestlessCorpse. Thank you guys very much for watching. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Eject. 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 Eject.